I call myself nature's ambassador because nature communicates with me in the form of inspiration. And my duty as her ambassador is to translate these messages into a language, transcendental language that everybody will understand. When I first met my wife, Joanne, we were walking down third date or something like that. We were walking in this desolated street. It was dark, and in front of us there were two men, very imposing, threatening kind of guys, um, eating ice cream. One of the men decided to throw the banana, the boat, the plastic boat, right on the street. He didn't even make an attempt at going near. There was a container for garbage nearby. He just totally ignored it, put it there. My wife right away said to the man, "You pig, who do you think is going to pick that up?" I freaked out. So I, right away, without thinking twice, I just went up to the guy and I says, "I'll pick it up, sir. So don't worry about it." And then I said to the other man, "Are you through with yours, sir? So, can I throw it in the garbage for you?" And so, of course, they started laughing, and we all had a great laugh. So when I got home, I told my wife that I was not happy with what she did because if one of these men would have insulted her, I would have to bring him into action, and I had no chance. She told me that she couldn't see people throwing garbage and polluting the environment like that. And I said, well, if you want to see places that clean and neat and stuff like that, I can take you to a place in Venezuela because I am from Venezuela. And she took me up on that. This is the town of Chichirivichi. The river Rio Tocuyo discharges into the ocean nearby, and in the distance you can see the difference in color of the ocean against the brown of the river. I guess it had been raining upstream, carrying refuge to the town and offshore islands. When we got to the island, this is what we found. The currents were dumping the garbage carried by the river. Between my brother Eduardo, Joan, and I, we cleaned the beach and decided to create a work of art that would convey a message. That night in the mainland, I purchased nails and a hammer, and the next day I started working on the monument. The sun was burning, and we had little shelter, but I was inspired. I found lots of dull parts, dismembered arms, legs, heads, and bodies. I decided to put the body parts together and made a halo using the lid of a plastic bowl. The large doll head had been crushed and was filled with crude oil, as was most of the garbage I found. Then I found three blue swimming fins, and that gave me the idea of creating a crucifix. I call this sculpture Crucifixion of Generations to Come. I wanted to set an example to others who might come to the island, as well as to leave a message that nature should be respected. At the end of the day, the beach had been cleared and the monument was completed. The monument has long been destroyed by weather, but this photo demonstrates how nature communicates with me in the form of inspiration. Nature inspired me to send this message that mankind must respect our environment. Any form of pollution, I take it as an attempt to destroy my inspiration, which I perceive as a personal insult. From the completed sculpture, I made a drawing and contacted the Minister of Environment. However, because I had used the symbol of the cross, and Venezuela is a very Catholic country, they would not use my work to help convey the message. This was my first experience in my ecological career, a vision that demonstrated my duty as nature's ambassador to translate her messages into a transcendental language, which is art. Through my contact with nature, I created Crucifixions of Generations to Come. I need total freedom of expression in order to create. I cannot take in consideration when I am doing something, when I'm doing my work, that somebody someplace is going to be insulted by what I did. In the monument that I did in Venezuela, nature was telling me exactly with all these different parts. All I was doing is just putting it together because I considered pollution and the contamination of the environment as a destruction of my source of inspiration. And I feel like I have to do something. I have to educate people, not only because it destroys my source of inspiration, because we are destroying the planet as well.